Hey, this is Stu Block, and I am plugging into Amplifire, and we're turning it to 11. This is going to be a good interview.
Stu Block, vocalista canadiense reconocido por su amplio rango vocal y que fue parte durante 10 años del grupo estadounidense de power metal Ice Earth. Calidad absoluta en una voz que puede pasar de un estilo melódico y suave a brutales guturales sin ningún problema. Este 2021 ha sido un año de muchos proyectos para Stu, quien ha confirmado su regreso a la banda Into Eternity y que próximamente estará colaborando en diversos proyectos, de los que se destaca su participación con el grupo Annihilator junto a Dave Lombardo, ex Slayer y Jeff Waters. Hablando en exclusiva para Amplifire, el genial Stu Block.
Hi Stu, thank you so much for being here. We know that this year is an roller coaster for you and a lot of projects that you are at the door. The first project that we are to want to talk with you is about you rejoining with Into Eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about this reunion with your first band professionally.
Yeah. Well, as a lot of people know, Tim and I live in the same city. And so that's always been a great thing, is because we've always kept in touch, right? We've never lost touch. So I think Tim and I always kind of knew that it was a matter of time until, we started working together again in whatever capacity, be it Into Eternity or maybe doing something just by ourselves. It just turns out that it was the perfect time for to write some new Into Eternity music, and we had talked about it for a while, and it was just the perfect situation and the perfect time right now to get back with them and just write some new music. And we definitely have a lot of goals that we want to accomplish as a band, but we're taking it one step at a time. We're not trying to rush into anything. We want to make sure that the quality of music is number one, and that the quality of the songs and the quality of music are put at the forefront before rushing really anything else. So that's one of the main focuses right now, is just working on music. We have a few things that I can't officially talk about yet, but a few fun things that we're going to do. And we're in the studio, Tim and I, we're just in the studio doing a re-record of a classic Into Eternity song, which we're excited to unleash on you guys. And we're excited to record. We have 2 or 3 new ones that are pretty much done, that we want to record and finish. So there's a lot of stuff we want to do there. As far as live shows, we're taking it one step at a time. As far as anything live right now, we want to get a bulk of the music done first, and we want to showcase new music, and maybe put either a couple of EPs out, or at least an EP out, before we do anything about any live shows or anything like that. But we're just really excited to be working with each other again. And like I said, Tim and I never lost touch. We've always been very good friends, and throughout even my time in Iced Earth, we've always remained good friends. And he came out to the Iced Earth shows, and anything that I do, or anything he does, I support as well. And it's been a great opportunity, and we just felt the time was right to do it. So
I think when we know that the notice about you joining with the band, the first, I know Into Eternity for the Timeless Winter song is maybe his big hit, and see you again on stage singing that song is amazing. But now you're sharing the vocals with Amanda. I know, how is that mixing of styles?
Yeah, Amanda and I only had the opportunity to rehearse a couple of times together before that Loud as Hell festival show that we did. That all kind of came to be as just a phone call saying, hey, do you want to come up and do a couple of songs? And of course, it's like me as well, from where we were living, where the festival was, it was a long haul. So we thought, well, may as well make it a good chunk. So we decided to do more than, I think we did like 6 songs or something like that. I can't remember, with me. And it was absolutely fun sharing the stage with her. She's an amazing vocalist. She's a great person, and awesome, just a great all around human. She exudes a lot of energy on stage, and so it was really good. But I haven't had a lot of. There's been such a whirlwind because I'm working on my solo, and then the Annihilator thing was happening, and all that kind of stuff. That as far as like as far as like the sharing of the vocal duties and all that kind of stuff live, we'll work it out. As far as recording, there's always going to be stuff happening and all that kind of stuff. I can't really comment too much going forward because nothing's really been really revealed yet and all that kind of stuff. But definitely I'm excited personally. Like, to be honest, me personally, I'm just excited to be back with the guys and back recording music again and with them. And I really missed doing the death vocals, and I really missed doing the extreme hybrid vocals, the awesome thing about Into Eternity is that it's a blank canvas band. So really, like, we can kind of do whatever we want, right? As long as it's in the progressive realm, we can take it off into all sorts of different areas of music. As long as we're transitioning it well and making it tasty, and making it well polished and good for the listener. So that's the whole mentality. So however we approach the music with however many vocalists or however whatever happens, it's one of those things that I feel like the Into Eternity sound will always be there because Tim is the main writer, and he has a great vision for the sound, and there's I just love it with the vocal harmonies and everything like that. So as long as those elements are there, we can kind of stray off into all these different things, like you got to look at bands like Ginger and Fractal Universe and all these types of bands. I love listening to those bands now because we were kind of doing something similar back in the day, and not a lot of people kind of understood it. But now people are understanding that type of stuff a lot more. So we're super proud to see a lot more bands taking the risk and doing the hybrid vocal thing and really taking the hybrid vocals to different levels. Like Tatiana is a phenomenal vocalist. Like, she is just, wow, blows me away, like how she can just sound so gutturally deep and then just hit those jazz vocals like a queen, you know what I mean? And so she was like, she's super blowing me away right now, which is really cool. And there's like, we were touring with bands like Scar Symmetry back in the day, right? And so like there was still that sound was around, and we were influenced by Cynic, which they just put out a new single, I think, which is amazing. So we're influenced by that kind of hybrid style. We always have been. So I'm really excited to be back with the guys, being able to create something really cool. The awesome thing is the technology is so much cooler now. There's really cool stuff you can do now. Quicker. Back in the day when we had to do that kind of stuff, it was super painful in the studio. We had to do extra steps, and it was really crazy. But now we can put out really high quality records with our vision at a slightly faster rate, and not saying we want to put things out really fast or anything like that, but what I'm saying is like the process when it comes to recording it, we can get our ideas across, and we can put forth certain technologies to be able to put forth what we envisioned a lot quicker, So studios have become more advanced in the last 15 years since we did Scattering of Ashes. Let's just face it. So that's the cool thing. So diving into this style again I am very excited, and I've always been that type of vocalist where I'm a hybrid vocalist. I'm a multi-genre kind of guy. I love doing all different kinds of vocals, and as long as it's tasty and works with the music, I'm in. So I'm super excited.
Can we say that is the return of Stucifer with that growling vocals and that brutal style?
Yeah, man, I've always loved brutal vocals. I've always loved it. It's just been something that's I've always kind of connected to because like when I was a kid, I listened to a lot of like I listened to Cannibal Corpse, and I was listening to Exodus, and listening to all sorts of like heavy thrash and all that kind of stuff, just vicious with that vicious visceral vocal, you know what I mean? And so I've always, listening to Death. I mean, Chuck's unique way he approached things and all that kind of stuff. So definitely, you know, there were Deicide was another one. I love that multi-layering low death vocals and the high death vocals. So like, and because I was kind of bullied as a kid, I kind of went home and, you know, through it, you know, and it made me want to be put in Cannibal Corpse, but then I'd put in like Queensryche afterwards, or I'd put in like Iron Maiden or Judas Priest, or, you know, all, you know, I was listening to all sorts of stuff. So like, I loved melody, but I loved heaviness, and I've always been that kind of vocalist. So I'm just super excited to put that forward in the Into Eternity sound again, and let that out of me. Like you say, let that Stucifer kind of that part out of me, that animal out of me. But also death vocals don't have to be animalistic or very like scary all the time. They can be beautiful as well. So like death vocals can be a super, super beautiful thing too. So I really want to showcase that as well. So showcasing that it can be an element, not just to go, whoa, that's like, what, like crazy, wow, that's scaring me. Or like when you always hear the typical, oh, death vocals are supposed to be this like heavy, like crazy, supposed to scare people. I guess not scare people, but bring this kind of other energy out in you. Whereas I like it when death vocals, like in Opeth, for instance, you know, they, you know, that type of thing can be brought out a beautiful feeling in you as well. So that's what I think a beautiful thing about people that really know death vocals and can connect to them and really understand all the different styles, can understand that there's that aspect to it as well.
Yes, I think all the fans that know your style knows that you are a versatile singer with that brutal vocals, and also even actually last month you released a single with the band called Long Road to Success. That
Yes.
It is completely different. This brutal style is more melodic, more beautiful, the sound, and sounds very good to the melodic, to the brutal. How do you have that change in your vocal style?
Yeah. So when I first started doing it, it was just a challenge. It was a challenge at first, but then I started feeling it out and learning that I could do it. And then over time, it just became easy. And I think I had a little bit of a natural ability to be able to do that kind of stuff, and then a natural ability to sing higher as well. So I just wanted to marry the two. and I think it's fun. I think it's fun to be able to do a multitude of different kinds of vocals. You know what's really cool is because I do a lot of vocal session work for a lot of clients, and it's really neat because anybody can come to me. Well, I'm within reason, but you know, and if they pitch me an idea for how they want their vocals, and most people are metal people, but I like the Long Road to Success, and I just recently did a traditional piano and vocal song. There's a lot of clients that are looking for that pop kind of voice as well, or like a jazz kind of voice or whatever. So I think it's really fun to be able to work with clients of different styles, and it's challenging for me because it makes me better, and it challenges me, and it gives me a better idea of what I can do and what I can't do. So,
and for your solo project, what can we expect about the style? You know that you are in Ninth, a song called Mind. What is this project?
Yeah, so I'm working on my first single right now. I have it written. I've been demoing it for the last month, and I think I have it almost perfect. But like the Into Eternity thing, I will not release anything until I know it's in my head perfect, and the vision is there. But I think I have the vision. I think it's 80% there. But the song will be called Mind. And I don't want to reveal too much about it, but it is about it's about everybody's struggles with certain changes in their life, and it's about how we as humans deal with certain things in our head, and so I don't want to reveal too much, but it's going to be progressive. And it's going to be death prog. It's going to be a death prog song. So it will be within that vein. It's going to be, it will be within the heavy metal style. I'm not going to hit you guys up with a pop song first. As much as I love that stuff and all that, I think it's something that I've had in my head for a while. The vision for overall The Stu Block solo vision is something that will be touching on a multitude of different genres, and I might keep my very, very far off from the rock and roll heavy metal thing with collaborations. And as far as the Stu Block thing, I'm going to hover within the metal and blues rock category, touching a little bit into elements of slight pop and slight operatic, because I love doing slight operatic vocals as well, but making it tasty, and I will know how to pepper those types of things. They will not be full elements, but they will be peppered within the song. So or within the EP that I put out. But I'll be, I think for the first couple of singles, I'm going to be keeping it into the heavy metal style. And then I want to be putting out EPs that touch on, like, that will sort of slightly touch on more so heavying on different genres. So maybe a heavier blues rock EP, and maybe I might even do a really straight up death metal EP, like just no clean vocals at all, just straight up death vocals of all different kinds and that kind of stuff. And then I might do an EP that's just, straight up prog rock or something like that, or an EP that's blues prog or something like that. So just kind of doing stuff like that, but I'm definitely doing more. I'm going to be diving into more singles and EPs going forward. That's where the music industry is going, and more people, and I can offer more artwork as well for the fans to look at, and I can offer maybe a couple more T-shirts for the fans to rock as well, and that kind of stuff. I'm keeping my artwork very, very, very high quality as well. Everything I want to do is, I don't want to put it out unless it's like right up there, or something that's catchy, or something that if you go to a show, be like, whoa, that's a crazy shirt, something that will catch an eye or something like that, so that's kind of where I'm going with it. But yeah, my first single will be called Mind, touching on mental change and mental struggle and all that kind of stuff, and I'm really excited for people to hear it. Yeah.
And of course, we hope that there are a lot of cats, because you are a fan cat, and the cats in your art must be there.
I have so to touch on that, I've written a story actually, that I want to turn. I don't have the music, but I have the story of it's actually quite a beautiful story that I've written. Definitely I've got it, and shape-shifting, but yeah, so definitely there's something in my life that I want to write about, and I also want to write a song historically about cats as well. So more Egyptian kind of elements to it, and sound, which would be cool. So yeah, definitely going to be giving the cats some love for sure.
Now, the last week, the boom of this project with Annihilator, Dave Lombardo, Stu Block, Jeff Waters. What is this project? Because we hear the first single. Sounds amazing, but it's the full metal release. Now it's called Metal 2, I think. It's all the album.
Well, I've always had a relationship with Jeff. We've talked over the years many times, and he did say in an interview many years ago, if I could pick a singer, I'd love to have Stu Block, and absolute blessing. I'd love to talk about this a lot more, but I can't talk about a ton of this. But it's just been a blessing to work with Jeff, and we can, when the album comes out, I can't talk because the label there's press happening and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just super stoked to be on an album with those guys, and we can do a follow-up interview when we can talk more about that, and I can talk in depth about all that. How does that sound?
That sounds perfect to me.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. I hate to leave you hanging like that, man, but yeah. But man, I'm glad you love Downright Dominate. I brought out the old Phil feel in there. I'm stoked. I can't wait. Again, yeah. I think people will like it.
I want to talk about the general way about your past with Ice Earth.
Mhm.
You all released 3 studio albums with Ice Earth, like this great band. And
Mhm.
what do you feel about this records? What is your your memories or this thinking about this past with Ice Earth?
Oh, so the times with Iced Earth, I'll never take them back. And the records we did, I'm so happy with what we did, and especially the last record, Incorruptible. Absolutely, we had such a wonderful time creating all of the records. We always had a great time on tour. We always worked hard. We were hardworking. We played a lot of shows. We were working a lot. But nothing but fond memories. And yeah, and I did a lot of things. I did a lot of things in that band that that a lot of people dream to do. That a lot of people and I'm very blessed, very blessed, and very blessed to still hold on to those the wonderful memories of it being in the band and creating the music that we created together, and all of them, just we all had just a common goal: heavy metal, and let's just bring good quality music to the people and put on a great show and work hard.
Mexico is a Ice Earth fan, and we have the opportunity here in Mexico to see you live in some festivals. I see you in Knockfest. And are you thinking in some return on stage here in Mexico and Latin America, or is maybe in a festival, or are thinking in return to these places to play?
We also with Into Eternity, we played Mexico a few times, Mexicali, and then we played the Monterrey Metal Fest, which was super awesome. And then with Iced Earth, we got to play Mexico a few times, and I've always loved Mexico. I love the people. I love the passion for music. I love the food, and the scenery. And we went to the temples, and there's just so much history there. I definitely can't wait to come back. I can't wait to play again. Yeah, and some of the most beautiful, wonderful, giving people I've ever met in my life, and I was just, it's just amazing. So absolutely can't wait to come back.
I just want to say thank you again. Thank you again for your time. I know it's a little cold over there in Canada.
It is. We just dealt with like 2 days of a blizzard, so it was pretty crazy. But yeah, I appreciate you putting up with the 2 days of craziness, and it's good to talk to you, sir. I can't wait to come back.